Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Like the title says, a kit guitar that's gig ready after assembly. What do you think? You think that's a good idea? Imagine you order a kit guitar. Now I'm not talking about a kit where you have to paint it or stain it. Like a guitar kit where the body comes pre-finished, so there's nothing really to do there. And you follow the instructions, put the new strings on, tune it up, and it's literally ready to go. Except for maybe a truss rod tweak or raise or lower the action to your player preference. But everything is dialed in. Intonation's already set on the bridge. You don't have to fool around with that. Don't have to try and understand how that works. Nut slots are perfectly cut. There's nothing binding in there. The height at the first fret is perfect. The neck angle is 100%. Frets are perfectly leveled, crowned, polished. You just plug and play and enjoy. Just like any other guitar kit, you would get this kit in the mail, unbox it at Christmas time, for example, build it with your kid or your dad, depending who's watching, tune it up, plug it in, rock and roll. What if I told you I have one of those kits right here? Would you like to know where to get one? How many of you think it doesn't exist? Because I'll tell you what, it doesn't exist. It could, but it doesn't. I've been watching a lot of videos on kit guitars. Scar My Guitar has built a whole bunch of them. TED Talk, Guitars in Life, has done a few. Brian down at Searching for Tone has done a few. I think Brant at Tone Jaeger has done some. Chris at BCG 5150 Guitars has done a few. Like, it just seems to be the ongoing theme. Like, everybody's doing kit guitars, right? Which is cool, because you get to build it, and then you get to play it. And along the way, you get to mod it if you want. You get to customize the parts. You don't have to use the parts that it comes with. You can order the parts that you like. The one constant that I'm noticing with all these kit guitars being ordered and built, I don't care what the brand name is that they're hit or miss. Some come together really well, and they're somewhat playable, but they're still going to need fretwork. They're still going to need nut height adjustments or a totally new nut. Most of them need new tuners, and they definitely need adjusting. Like action, intonation, everything needs to be dialed in. If you don't know how to do that, sure, you can read it in the manual if you get one. Some of these people I mentioned didn't even get a manual with their kit. It's not for someone who doesn't understand how a guitar works. Or you just luck out and you get a good kit and you have a really positive experience. But how awesome would it be to put the kit together and you could literally walk on stage and play a show and know, like, fighting the guitar all night. Most people think that people think like they think, right? Most people think, oh, this is a good idea. Everybody's going to think that's a good idea. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. I realize that the way I think is not how other people think. So I like to talk to people I trust or people I respect. And for this guitar kit poll, I'm turning to you guys in the guitar community here on YouTube. Because I watch you guys, I converse with you guys in the comment section, and there are some excellent ideas and point of views to be had. Some of which I agree with, and some of which I don't. Not to say that one point of view is better than the other, they're just different. But here is the question. Do you think a gig ready after assembly guitar kit is a good idea? And if so, what do you think it would be worth? Now, I know you guys in the US, some of you are buying guitar kits for like 69 bucks or 80 bucks, like way under $100. Here, that's not happening. Here in Canada, you can double or triple that. But either way, when you assemble that kit, you're not walking on a stage with that guitar. Not unless you know what you're doing to set it up, or you take it to a guitar tech to go over it and to dial it in. I have set up and fixed a few guitar kits that people that I know personally outside of YouTube have purchased and assembled and then brought them to me to get them playable. But the common denominator with either kit was that the person who built it really enjoyed it. It was fun to take it out, put the pieces together, have something that looks like a guitar that you can hold and say, hey, I built this. The only issue is when it's done, it's not a functional instrument. What if we eliminated all that? Would that be worth a little bit more money? It would have to be, right? It would have to be, because a lot of these people selling guitar kits are making the parts, but don't kid yourself, that guitar was never assembled before being put into the box that you receive, which means that those parts may or may not fit perfectly together and be dialed in once assembled. There is no factory out there that's making a guitar, that's dialing it in, then carefully disassembling it, putting it into a nice padded box, boxing it up, and sending it to Amazon for you to buy, receive at home, open up, assemble, and be ready to gig. That's not happening. So, for fun, I bought a kit. I just want your opinion on this. This is a Leo James pre-finished gold flake Telecaster kit. I have a gold Telecaster right there on the wall, and it looks awesome. And I get compliments on it every time I play it. It's a Tease Telecaster, and it's wicked. I didn't put it together though. It came that way, right? But what if I could get something that good that came right out of the box after I assembled it? What I want to do is take this kit, assemble it, and then dial it in, get it perfect, maybe even upgrade some parts, maybe even get rid of the factory bridge and tuners because they usually suck, the ones I've seen come in the Leo James kit, and make a headless classic Telecaster. How would you ever do that? That's crazy. No, it's not. I built one. So this was just a traditional Telecaster body that I just changed the shape of it, right? I made it a little bit offset, you can see. But this was an original Tele body. I think it was a Mexican Tele. It was bed up, and it was in a garage somewhere, and nobody was using it. And my cousin gave it to me. He said, hey, you do whatever you want. This was a neck off of an headless guitar, the ones with the weird looking bodies that everybody seems to be copying, and they're ugly as heck. Forgive me if you like them, but I just don't. I'm just more of a traditional guy. Clearly, the bridge was off of that same guitar. Everything else is Telecaster. Telecaster pickups, Telecaster control plate, Telecaster controls. Like, everything is Tele. And this is one of the best Teles that I have. This thing holds tune like no other guitar I have on that rack. It's crazy, the tuning stability. Cut the head off, put that little thing on. These bridges install on a flat body, so Strat, Tele, anything that doesn't have a trem, they're super easy to dial in and just works great. I could do that with this kit, right? Where can you buy a classic looking headless Telecaster or Strat? You can't. Every headless guitar that you can get that's affordable, like within $300 or $400 here in Canada, has these weird cutout body shapes. They have a big chunk missing in them usually. I just don't like that look. These, you tune from the top. They're compact, they don't take up any space. So there's a ton of things I could do with that kit guitar. Then, once the guitar is dialed in, I would disassemble the guitar, put everything back in the original box, package it up, put it for sale on the marketplace as a gig ready upon assembly kit guitar. What do you think? Think it would sell? Do you think people would go for that? The only problem here is this kit guitar with the pre-finished body here in Canada, and I got it on a sale price too, okay? Keep that in mind. With taxes to my door, This kit guitar came to $241. Now, I will gladly donate my time, like assembling it, putting it all together, making sure it's gig ready, all the tools and products that I'm going to need to dial it in. I have no issues doing that. But if I upgrade the tuners and I upgrade the bridge, or I mod the guitar into a headless version, then I'm into at least $60, $70 in parts. And I would at least like to get my money back because I'm not monetized on this channel. So I'd like to be able to recycle that money back into the channel. So I'd be looking at minimum $300 to $325 for a gig ready upon assembly guitar kit. My question is, would you guys, and I'm not saying you guys will be buying it, but would you guys pay for a kit guitar that you know is gig ready out of the box once you assemble it? For me, with my experience, growing up in guitars, a $300 kit that you can assemble yourself at home with your kid or your dad or whoever, right? And literally plug in and play after tuning it and going to a gig and be able, that's an absolute no-brainer. The fun and the excitement of putting the guitar together and being able to play it like a guitar that you've gotten back from someone who just dialed it all in for you. Why hasn't anybody done this before? Right? Why does that not exist? Why can't you buy a gig-ready guitar kit? How is that not a thing? I'll tell you what I think why that's not a thing. It's because, like I mentioned before, these kits are just parts that are thrown in a box and shipped out. They are not assembled at the factory. So, for me, the only company that I know of at the moment who would be perfectly positioned to offer a gig-ready guitar kit is Tease Guitars. Torsten, I'm calling you out. And again, I don't know the ins and outs of his operations per se. I'm only assuming. But here's what I do know. When you buy a Tease guitar, you don't get the guitar from the factory like I would if I buy a West Creek guitar. Tease guitars, they get their guitars from the factory and they unbox and inspect and set up every guitar before they repackage it and send it to you in the mail. When you get it, you get an awesome guitar that's gig ready right out of the box. How do I know? I have a video on it. It's in the description below if you want to watch it. When I received my Tease guitar, I took it straight to a gig. I took it out of the box at the gig. I tuned it up, plugged it in, played the whole gig with it, and then we got rained out. It was an outdoor gig. If anybody could offer a gig-ready upon assembly kit guitar, it would be Tease. Why do I say this? Because they're starting with a fully assembled guitar. They're dialing it in. After that, they could just take it apart, carefully put it in a little shipping box like this, as opposed to putting it in a big shipping box like this, and then putting this box in another box to keep it kind of protected. They could just send you this. And you put it together. And as soon as it's together, you plug it in and rock out. And then throw it in a case and go to your gig. They're the only ones that would be able to offer that. Because any other company who's offering a kit guitar is not starting with a fully assembled functional guitar. So, I have this kit guitar here. What I do with it will largely depend on the comments I get from this video, because I know that a lot of you guys don't think like me. So maybe I'm just totally out to lunch. But let me know what you think. And maybe there'll be a part 2 and possibly a part 3. So you guys take care. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one.